Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video. My sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over the NBA game for Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you have to join my Patreon. My picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to be looking at the Suns versus the Bucks in Game 6. Milwaukee leads the series 3-2, and we are back in Milwaukee. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers. The way that it's structured here is the road team is up top, their season record, their coach's record, their postseason record. In the middle is the head-to-head between the two teams. And then at the bottom is the home team, their season record, their coach's record, their postseason record. Some information up top here. This is Game 6. Bucks could finish the series 4-2, or Suns can tie it 3-3 to force a Game 7. This is the 85th NBA playoff game for the season. Home teams can become 48-37 with a win, or 47-38 with a loss. If there is a Game 7, it will be the 86th NBA playoff game. Alright, so the Bucks beat the Suns in Phoenix, and I think what a lot of us was looking towards is whoever won Game 5 will most likely win Game 6. And I actually like the Suns in Game 5. I picked the Suns in Game 5. I was looking for that, and it did not work out. Kind of disappointing, but that's just how it goes. And it looks like the Bucks are probably going to take it in Game 6. I'm not going to look towards the Suns in Game 6. I don't see a point in looking towards the Suns in Game 6. The reason for my logic is that if my reason is I'd much rather be the guy that picks the Bucks in Game 6 and get it wrong than the guy that picks the Suns in Game 6 and get it wrong. There's two different types there, and if you can see the difference, if you pick the Suns in Game 6 and they lose and there's no Game 7, that's it. That's the end of the season. That's the end of the series. You're not going to be able to make that up until next season. You're just going to be kicking yourself over the next 3-4 months. Like, oh man, I should have just took the Bucks in 6. It was plain as day. Why didn't I just do it? Versus if you take the Bucks in 6 and the Bucks actually lose, well, at least you get Game 7. At least you get one more game to, right your wrongs, wrong your rights, redeem yourself. At least you get one more crack at it. So if you're thinking about taking Suns in 6 to force a Game 7, don't say I didn't warn you. If Bucks actually do win Game 6 and there is no Game 7, that's it for you. Game's over for you. So I much rather be, that's where I'm coming from when I'm doing this video. I much rather be the guy that picks Bucks in 6 and lose than be the guy that picks Suns in 6 and lose. So what can support a Bucks to win this game? Well, it's pretty simple. Bucks could win the series 4-2, like 42, and 42 sums to 142. And when Bucks win the series 4-2, like 42, they can get their 142nd postseason win as a team, like 142. 42 sums to 142. Bucks would become 16-9 for a playoff record this season with the win. 169 is the 39th prime number. 39 sums to 142. And Bucks coach would be sitting on 39 all-time losses postseason for his career, as he gets his 48th postseason win for his career on a day with 48 date numerology, as the Bucks get the 48th home win for home teams in the postseason. Milwaukee Bucks, since I don't know how to spell, Milwaukee Bucks sums to 48 and 87. And this will be his 87th postseason game as a coach for his career, where he can get his 48th postseason win for his career. This is the 85th NBA playoff game. 85 sums to 62 and 154. This is the 154th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. The Bucks can become 6-2, like 62 head-to-head against the Suns postseason with a win, as they get their 62nd win for the season to win the NBA Finals. This will be this is the 3 seed versus the 2 seed, like 32. Bucks come into this 3-2 for the series. This is the Suns coach's 32nd postseason game for his career. 32 sums to 85. And yeah, that's pretty much what could do it. Suns, this is their 94th game for the season. 94 sums to 147. They would sit on 147 postseason wins as a team, as they get their 149th postseason loss. This being their 47th away game. 47 sums to 149. Suns would get their 29th loss for the season. 29 sums to 149. Bucks would become 77-77 all-time head-to-head against the Suns. 77 sums to 149. It looks like it's probably a wrap for the Suns. Makes sense. Bucks will win it in 6. The Bucks are currently, if you look at their record, the Bucks are currently, go to their schedule, 9-1 at home in the postseason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-1, 7-1, 8-1, 9-1. Yeah, so they're 9-1 at home in the postseason. If they win this game, they'd be 10-1, like 101. 101 sums to 142, a number we already talked about. Bucks could become 10-1 at home as they get their 142nd, as they finish the series 4-2, like 42. And then for the Suns, if we look at their schedule, go back here. If we look at Suns and look at their schedule on the road in the playoffs this season, they are 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, 6-3, 6-4. So if they lose, they'd become 6-5 on the road, as they sit on 65 wins for the season. Those would be those numbers for the Bucks. If you want to entertain a Game 7, like I said, I'd much rather be the dude that picks the Bucks and loses than be the guy that picks the Suns and lose. But if there is a Game 7, if you luck out, which all it would be luck. If you luck out and get a Game 7, it might be because it's the 131st day of the Hebrew religious. 131 is the 32nd prime number. However, if there's a Game 7, Bucks might have to watch out. It will have 34 date numerology on the Gregorian. They could get their 34th loss for this season. And it would be surrounded around the number 32, I think. 32 sums to 158 and 50. 50 date numerology. It will be the 131st day, the 32nd prime. Bucks would go into that game 15-8 for a playoff record with the loss in Game 6. 32 sums to 158. And then the Suns, if they win Game 6, they'd be 15-7, and then they would end 15-8 potentially with the loss in Game 7. 32 sums to 158. So there's that. And Game 6 on the is on the 129th day of the Hebrew religious. And this is the Bucks' 95th game for the season. 95 sums to 129. And Bucks coach can sit on 192 wins as a coach for the Bucks, which is just a reflection of 129. Or an anagram of 129 anyway. But that's what I got for right now. Hopefully this helps. And if I see you for a Game 7, I see you for a Game 7. If not, it's definitely been an interesting season. You know, it's hasn't been easy, But overall, I'm pretty satisfied with my results. I mean, the only person to take Suns over Lakers. Okay, that's the big obvious one. That was a big one. You know, one of the only ones to hit the Bucks over the Nets. That was a good one. I mean, people were still taking the Clippers when they were facing the Suns in the Western Conference Final because of the Baylor connection. So, you know, I may not have hit every game. May not have been perfect, but I definitely had some great calls. At least I had a lot of the controversial games called right, whereas most everyone else was kind of just lost in confusion for most of the time. But I appreciate you guys' your support. Hopefully, this really did help you. Hopefully, this helps your decodes, and hopefully, you guys got a lot of value out of this. And I may or may not see you for Game 7. So we'll see. Only time will tell. I wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully, you win your picks today.